Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's gonna be kind of a short video. It's gonna be kind of a short video because I decided to just come out here and work and not really record anything, so that way I could hammer these bags out and get them done. I mean, it took me quite a few hours to get this all mocked up and measured and make my templates and cut everything and all that kind of stuff. So I got the bags in. I got both sides done. So now all I need to do is rip everything back apart. Then I need to finish weld everything, the perches on the axles, and then everything on the chassis. And then I can slam everything back together and then run my brake lines and bolt everything back up, and away I go. But I also still have to sandblast and paint everything, so that'll be in there somewhere too. But here's where I got. So I got both bags in. I got both sides in. I ended up flipping that bracket like I said I was going to across the screen. I just did that quick text, but yeah, I got both sides in. Took me a little while. It always takes me a lot longer to do the first side naturally because I got to do a bunch of measuring, a bunch of making templates, you know, all that kind of stuff, as well as figuring out how I need to cut stuff and all that kind of jazz. But here's the template I had to make. So I made that. That was my template for both sides, because you just make a template for one side and then obviously flip it when you go to the other side, and then it'll work for both sides. Excuse me. But I didn't have any issues going from side to side. Everything fit perfectly going from template to template, or using the template on both sides. So this side, I literally hammered this side out in maybe an hour. Nah, maybe a little bit longer than that, maybe an hour and a half or something like that. But this side took me the longest because this bracket was also a little choppy. When I did get it from that chassis tech, the people that cut their brackets and stuff for them, they're because they laser cut them, and the bit must have been going bad, so then it like undercut in here and all that kind of stuff. So I went back and cleaned this whole bracket up just to make it look a little bit nicer and neater. But yeah, everything's just tacked on there. I mean, it all fits real nice, and I really like the way this turned out. So I'm probably pretty much just gonna leave this and run this all the time. I am though going to add off my axle center line, maybe a little bit further forward, so that way the axle doesn't hit it. But I'm going to add another 1 3/8 tube right here, and then I'm going to probably triangulate them a little bit, as well as triangulate a tube back here too off the shock tube. So I'll have a bunch of strength going on back here too. Oh, geez. But I'll have a bunch of, you know, strengthening, squaring, or triangulation going on back here, so it'll be super strong. So it'll probably be where this 2x4 is, that 1 3/8 tube will go across here, and then I'll probably try to do something to where like both of those 45s, it'll probably be 45s, but both of those come together at the same point, so that way it's all symmetrical and looks pretty cool in my opinion. I can't really go too far forward either because my gas tank does come up over here. So before I put that tube in, I'm for sure going to have to measure where my gas tank goes, because I can probably just measure off the hanger for the gas tank and then go off the dimple of the gas tank, and then just do like a rough measurement, because the lighting's really bad, but you can kind of see it. That's where the tank strap goes, and then that's the back of the tank. So I can just kind of eyeball it in the middle and then measure back to it, and then just give to the back of the tank, and then just give myself a wide berth, you know, so that way I don't have to worry about where that tube is going to be, and that it's not going to hit the gas tank, because I'd hate to have to get everything together and painted and all that stuff just to have to cut that tube back out. But we're rocking and rolling on this thing, so I didn't get time to cut these out. I'll probably do that tomorrow, and maybe do another video tomorrow. But I mean, I don't want to bore you guys with just cutting off brackets. It's boring enough for me as it is. well, it's more of a pain in the butt for me than anything, but cut those off, and then I found shocks. I did find shocks. I thought it was going to be kind of difficult because, like, I did a really silly thing and I kind of set up the shocks without knowing, like, the sizes of the shocks instead of getting, because if I had to order, like, custom link shocks, it'd probably been like $200 a piece, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to order stuff just off the shelf, so that way I had, like, basically like an infinite part number to just, you know, always order shocks. And I found a set of the hell were they? Bilsteins. So I got those. They're like, I think they're like $100 a piece. So I'll get those in there, and then I'll probably run Bilsteins in the front too. So it'll probably be, you know, about $400 for shocks, which isn't terrible because those shocks will last me forever. So I'm not too concerned about that. But yeah, I mean, pretty much ready to go. Take everything apart, weld everything together, and then start getting ready for sandblasting. Because then I could take my axle out permanently and start putting my energy suspension stuff in, which will be fantastic. Because, like I said, I want to get this thing, you know, running and driving in the next couple weeks, which would be excellent. So we'll see if we can do that. Because I am pretty putsy, so, you know, we'll see how that goes. All right, so that's going to pretty much be it for today's video. It's going to be a short video, but I figure it's more of an update video of what I got done today than actually doing it, because I could have walked you guys through what I did and all that stuff, but it was kind of boring and kind of tedious. So I mean, if you want me to go through it, I can go through it and kind of show you how I set it all up. But it's pretty straightforward in my opinion. I mean, it's not, you know, rocket science to set up bags. I think the worst part of setting up bags is running all your air hose and, you know, figuring out whether you want a compressor or fill it with a Schrader valve and, you know, all that kind of stuff. What your, you know, your real setup is going to be, and then finding out for your clearances and more of that jazz. But that's pretty much it for today. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll try to answer them as quick as I possibly can. I mean, nobody really asked me questions, but we'll see. But until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Peace out.